time to make the last thing that I got out of my summer garden. Recently harvested some eggplants, and what should I make? Probably the easiest thing to do would be Baba Ganoush. I'm gonna make Baba Ganoush for a few reasons. 1, because it's tasty. 2, because it freezes well. 3, because it's a great snack if you have people over for election night returns, sporting events. And also, I want to make it the easiest Baba Ganoush possible, because normally you would need to roast it and then peel the skins, which I think is a pain in the tuchus. So I'm going to make the non-skinned, non-roasted Baba Ganoush. Baba Ganoush hails from the Levant, a historical region in the eastern Mediterranean, with roots tracing back to Lebanon and Syria. So, traditionally, you would cook over an open flame to get the skin off, but I'm not going to do that. And I kind of got this idea adapted from a friend of mine's cookbook, Martha Rose Shulman, who also writes for a New York Times food page and co-wrote my husband's cookbook. This is one of her many great cookbooks. So I'm adding some salt and some olive oil, but not too much, because an eggplant is like a sponge. If you put a cup of olive oil in there, it'll drink it. So I'm just going to lay these out on a pan. And here's my other ingredients: tahini, garlic, lemon. Could be yogurt. I happen to have kefir because I'm a fermentation nut and I make my own kefir. And of course some salt and parsley, also from my garden. So I went and got my parsley and chopped that up. Don't be alarmed if your tahini has separated, just stir it, but also leave it out to warm a little bit if it's been in the fridge, so it'll be easier to stir, otherwise known as stirring. Okay, so the eggplant is looking pretty good. Now, here's a hack that I got from Martha Rose Shulman, which is I'm going to cover these now with foil, making like a little sort of foil pocket. So this way they're going to soften up even more without continuing the cooking process, so they won't overcook, but they'll just be softer for when I put them in the food processor. And they're looking really good. And of course, as so often is the case when you cook vegetables, so much cooks down. Oh, and now I'm trying to see if maybe I can put some more light on my unmaked up face. See, look the foil. It kind of, see, I think it looks better that way, right? Okay, back to cooking. So put the eggplant in the food processor. So I'm going to blend all the eggplant first before I add the other ingredients. Blend and put some more eggplants in and blend. And here's a little action shot. Yeah, it's not pretty, but it tastes good. I really like the lemon in this, and actually the next day I could even taste more of the lemon. Oh, and I also threw in a little cayenne, because since I didn't have the roast taste of when you roast it over an open flame, I wanted to add a little kick to it. And here's trying to get the tahini in there. Get off the spoon, get off the spoon. I said get off the spoon. Parsley. I hate taking that lock thing off because it's always so hard to get back on. I just leave it on. So you can see the skins are in there, but it's going to be fine. You can eat them and they're soft enough. And now just add some olive oil and anything else you want. At this point, I decided I wanted a little more tahini and a little more lemon juice. And all that creaminess is coming together. So this is actually a pretty healthy meal because you have vitamins and antioxidants and fiber with the eggplant. Look, it's ready to serve and ready to freeze. Great for having company, or if you just want a little light meal on your own. And the tahini adds a nice healthy fat as well. So it's relatively low in calories. And from a garden to the table to my mouth. Enjoy.